Kahalayim la Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Raha Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, our elders, and our teachers, the men of great millstone. To you I say Shalom. It's your brother Amraya, and let's get into it. This is an article from Ken's 5. I woke up to. It says other networks appear to be having some similar difficulties. Matter of fact, let's just get it from the top. And don't worry about the video that is going to play in the background. But it says, is your phone not working? Massive outage rolls across U.S. Interesting. And as I was about to read, it says, Washington, many of AT&T's customers were left without service Thursday because of a massive outage across the U.S., which is funny because today is Thursday. Anyway, leaving them unable to place calls, send texts, or access the internet. Verizon and T-Mobile customers also reported some network outages. At least 60,000 customers have reported issues with their network on outage tracking site Down Detector. As of 8 a.m. Eastern, almost double the 35,000 reporting problems an hour earlier. Outages began around 3 a.m. Eastern, and although they fell a bit around 4 a.m., the number quickly bounced back and rose higher. AT&T did not immediately respond to a request for comment about the outage. Okay. According to CNN, the telecommunications giant has encountered a number of sporadic outages over the past few days, including a 911 outage in some parts of southeastern U.S. Other networks appear to be having some similar difficulties, but on a smaller scale. Nearly 3,400 Verizon customers reported outages. About 1,400 T-Mobile customers were out of service in the same time period. The outages appear to have begun at roughly the same time as AT&T's connection issues. Customers still appear to have access to SOS mode, which allows cell phone users without access to regular service to call 911 in an emergency, piggybacking off the other networks nearby to do so. The outage became a major trend on social media overnight, with users on X, formerly Twitter, flocking to a number of hashtags to discuss the issue. And again, I found this on Ken's 5, San Antonio's local network. I'm going to check out this video real quick.
Well, just into our studio, if you have AT&T, you may have noticed by now that your phone is not working the way that it should.
That is because there is an outage and it is impacting 32,000 people across the nation.
Yeah, so if you've got AT&T and you're wondering about it, there's the reason right there. If we get any more updates, we'll certainly keep you apprised.
Well, that's that on that. So these outages all at the same time, and as you can see, hashtag cyber attack was one of the trending hashtags associated with the outage. There's no indication that an attack was the cause of the outage. However, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, and this is just another token or sign of the times that we're in, okay? Now, you have been warned multiple times by the prophets out here on the highways, byways, and hedges that, civil war is coming, race wars are coming, World War III is coming, plagues, pestilences, pandemics are coming. You have been warned that the grid will be attacked. And whether it be, homegrown or foreign in nature, it really doesn't matter. These things are coming down the pipeline at an alarming rate, okay? In these latter days, you're going to see a lot more outages, power outages, cell phone service outages. Eventually, it's going to lead to the great reset that shall occur, okay? And that reset deals with the financial systems and these systems around you. And when that system crashes, when that financial system crashes, all hell is going to break loose. So these are kind of like warning signs that you need to be paying attention to. Because again, once the system crashes, all hell is going to break loose. And then they will roll out their new agenda to push forth this digital currency. And eventually that'll lead to Revelations 13 and 16 with the MOT to the B being the micro C-HIP and their great answer to the chaos that will ensue after the crash. Okay, let's get a couple scriptures on the matter. All right, now I'm not going to make this too long because, again, the warnings have already been going out that a great reset is about to occur, dealing with these financial systems, your technological systems, because they need to roll out their new agenda, okay, which is going to be slavery by technocracy, okay? And these are the days where the marks are being placed or will be placed upon each side of the spectrum, the sheep and the goats, whereas one mark is the Thawa, which will be a mark of exemption from judgment, and the other one will be the Haragma, spoken of in Revelations chapter 13, verse 16 on. And that deals with a mark of slavery, servitude to a system, to an idol, okay? That idol will be your God. I don't want to read too many scriptures on the matter, so let's just get into it. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, and verse 7 is where I begin. It says, "Hold thy peace at the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for the day of the Yahweh is at hand. For Yahweh have prepared a sacrifice. He have bid his guests," right? And that line is being drawn in the sand, okay? Those who are going to be at the marriage ceremony and those who will be rejected, okay? Verse 8, "And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel," right? I'll get a different version so this gives you a clearer picture of what that is talking about. But let's continue reading. "In the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills," right? And we're starting to hear that crackling noise because we're going to hear a great crashing from the hills very soon, which deals with their financial markets, their technology. All of it is going to be at risk because they're talking about the grid is going to be attacked and cyber attacks and all these different forms of warfare that deal with technology are going to be coming to a city near you, okay? Verse 11, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off," right? Because this is going to be mainly an attack on your financial systems, okay? Which is why it has to interrupt the communications, etc., etc. So again, you're hearing that crackling noise before that great crashing occurs. And that crash deals with your financial systems. So prepare yourselves, okay? You may have to live as pilgrims upon the earth. You may have great, abundance and material wealth, but you're not going to be able to rely on that in these latter days, okay? The only way you're going to survive what is coming is if you have the Thawa, the mark of exemption. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has spared you from the judgment that is coming. Verse 12, And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem, and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil, right? So choose today whom you serve, okay? If you're sitting idle and you are idol worshiping, the Lord has your head on a chopping block, whether you know it or not, okay? Now I'm going to get this in the New Living Translation. And again, I don't want to make this video too long, but let's start at verse 7 where we began. It says, "Stand in silence in the presence of the sovereign Lord, for the awesome day of the Lord's judgment is near, and the Lord has prepared his people for a great slaughter, and it has chosen their executioners," right? And in this case, it's going to be the nation of Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Revelations 12:12 says, devil, actually, let's just get it real quick. This is Revelations 12 and verse 12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time," right? And I'll get a different version for you again. New Living Translation says, "Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, knowing that he has little time," right? Okay, so you have to understand that the devil is about to come down upon the people, having great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. But continuing back in Zephaniah, "Stand in silence in the presence of the sovereign Lord, for the awesome day of the Lord's judgment is near. The Lord has prepared his people for a great slaughter, and has chosen their executioners. On that day of judgment, says Yahweh, I will punish the leaders and the princes of Judah, and all those following pagan customs, right, clothed in strange apparel. Yes, I will punish those who participate in pagan worship ceremonies, and those who fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. On that day, says Yahweh, a cry of alarm will come from the fish gate, and an echo throughout the new quarter of the city, and a great crash will sound from the hills," right? And again, with these interruptions in cell phone service, internet access, and communication, you're starting to hear that crackling noise, okay? And that will lead to this great sound of a crashing from the hills, man. Verse 11, "Wail in sorrow, all you who live in the market area, for all the merchants and traders will be destroyed," right? Okay, your financial system is about to go to shit, okay? Those of you who have tied all your wealth in these stock markets and etc., you're going to see them get destroyed very quickly, because these systems are about to crash, and they are rolling out their new agenda. Verse 12, "I will search with lanterns in Jerusalem's darkest corners, to punish those who sit complacent in their sins. They think that Yahweh will do nothing to them, either good or bad," right? "So their property will be plundered, their homes will be ransacked. They will build new homes, but never live in them. They will plant vineyards, but never drink wine from them," right? Because they're preparing themselves for a great retirement, and the Lord has a different game plan coming down the pipeline, okay? Now, for this last portion of scriptures I'm going to grab, I had to jump back into my other Bible app because it's not available in the Blue Letter. But this is 2nd Ezra's, a portion of the Apocrypha, chapter 16, and what I'm going to get begins at about verse 39, I believe. All right. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the world is about to mourn, y'all. And sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, the real true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Scriptures. And of course, you confusion of faces, those whose forefathers go back to being Israelites, though you may happen to look like the other nations. Verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, and evils are coming right here, right now in this year, trust me. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. And you will be losing in these stock markets. Your investments are going to go to shit. The communication is about to be interrupted. There will be cyber attacks and crashings of these financial systems. So you will lose, okay? Verse 42, he that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Right. And we just saw this reminiscent of Zephaniah chapter 1. Okay. The Lord is telling you, hey, man, pull your mindset out of it. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay. Micah 2:10, I believe it is. All right. So now is the time to get your spiritual mind right. Okay. To strengthen your spiritual self, because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times we're coming into. Okay. Don't just overlook these little signs or tokens, such as interruptions in phone service, etc., because this is all tokens or indicators given to us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to prepare us for what's coming. Hopefully this has been edifying. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for this message. Until the next time, Shalom.